Wrestlebuddy presents QuizBuddies. Subscribe and follow for more content.
Welcome, Wrestlebuddies, to our third installment of QuizBuddies. This time, we've got a fatal five-way with a secret handicap attached. So, I'm going to get right into it, get to introducing everybody. I'm going to start with you, Nonstop Wrestling Chat. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's Barry from Nonstop Wrestling Chat. I have a wrestling show, podcast, pretty much have daily wrestling content where I'm on about modern wrestling and talk to some of the best independent wrestlers and legends in wrestling today. That's about it.
Where can they find you, my man?
YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, pretty much any social media, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, I'm there. Just type in Nonstop Wrestling Chat and my face will pop up on my logo.
All right. And Barry, what is your favorite wrestling match?
SummerSlam 94, Bret Hart against Owen Hart, blue steel cage, greatest steel cage match of all time.
Such a damn good match. All right. Thank you, Barry. Our second contestant, my good friend Andy from Brit Rest Podcast. How can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Andy, host Brit Wrestling Fan Podcast, brand new podcast pretty much. I also write for Wrestlebuddy, so you can find some of my content on there. I like to do top 5 up, top 10 kinds of things, just whatever comes into my head really. And apart from that, I'm on Twitter as well, Brit Wrestling PC, Brit Wrestling PC on Twitter, and on YouTube, Brit Wrestling Fan Podcast.
All right, my friend. And you as well. What's your favorite match?
Same as Barry, apart from the WrestleMania 9 match between Owen
the WrestleMania
and
9?
Yeah.
I got you. That is such a damn good match as well.
Yeah, just technically.
It's unmatched.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we've got my friend Steven. Where can they find you, my friend?
Hey guys, my name's Steve Smith. I write for Wrestlebuddy. I talk crap on social media. I make videos on YouTube every so often. I like talking about wrestling every now and then too. You can catch me at Broke Britannia on Twitter.
And you, what's your favorite match?
Let's go for Sabu versus Terry from Born to Be Wired, the no-rope barbed wire match from ECW. It is the peak of wrestling drama.
When you see a man tape his bicep back together to continue wrestling,
it's something else. Or at the end, they're both like just barbed wired together,
just
like
mangled.
Yeah, it's just like ridiculous.
I love deathmatch wrestling.
Hell yeah!
All right, we've got our pair of brothers from India. How are you guys doing?
Good.
And go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi there everyone, it's Ujjwal Shukla from India and we'll be playing together and I am 18 now and you can find me on Twitter at US61900.
It's me and I'm Pranjal and I'm currently 15.
Alright guys, what's your favorite match?
Well, my Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole 2 out of 3 falls match and it's to take over.
It's a very good match. And you?
Yeah, I can say John Cena versus AJ Styles 2017. Royal Rumble.
That is very underrated. That's a very underrated match. Thank you guys for joining. And Michael, how are you doing today?
Hi guys, yeah, I'm good. Just the last minute replacement.
Hey, you're a good run-in, my friend. Unfortunately, we couldn't have It's My House podcast with us today. Some personal issues came up. We wish him nothing but the best, but we got a perfect replacement in Michael. Introduce yourself, my friend. Where can they find you?
Well, find me on Twitter at nannyboy20. Talk about wrestling on there. Been a fan for a long time. Yeah,
and
especially
WWE,
but I watch WWE as well. Favorite match is very difficult, isn't it? But I'm a guy who likes wrestling for how it makes you feel, the emotion behind it. So I'm going to say Daniel Bryan versus Batista versus Randy Orton, WrestleMania 30, Miracle on Bourbon Street.
I genuinely remember being a little emotional after that.
I was the whole storyline. I was so invested in it. To see him win the title like that was incredible.
Still one of the best promo packages I think I've ever seen as well. That monster promo package is just so damn good.
Well. Yep.
All right. And we've met our contestants. Welcome, Wrestlebuddies, to the first round. Slamagories. You guys know it. You guys love it. So, from left to right will be how you guys are numbered. 1 will be the brothers. 2 will be Andy. 3 is going to be Steve. 4 is Barry. And 5 is Mike. All right.
Okay.
4. Barry, you get control. You've got spoken songs, technical finisher, and wiki peaks.
I don't know. I feel that's a lot of pressure to pick one here. It's
You got a free board to pick from too, so no pressure.
I'll go for spoken songs. That'll be interesting and fun to kick off.
All right. How many points are you going for?
Don't know, man. 2.
2?
2.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Read the words that are written in my face. Oh, I believe them. I believe them.
Man, I have no clue whatsoever. I'm just going to say Edge. Just a guess. I don't.
All right. First person to shout their name can take the control. And I will reread it for you guys as well. That are written in my face. Oh, I believe them. I believe them.
Oh, listen in. Randy Orton's theme tune.
Can I come back in? Can I?
Unfortunately not. We've got Michael and we've got the brothers.
Oh,
Oh, I see the brothers.
Yes, it's a Sheamus theme song.
It is in fact written in my face, the theme song of Sheamus. So we've got the brothers in control. What category?
Spoken songs.
All right. You've got 1, 3, 4, and 5 left.
1.
All right. If you close your eyes, your life, a naked truth revealed. Dreams you never lived, and scars never healed.
Christian.
That's Christian. That is his WWE theme. You guys still have control.
Wiki Picks.
Okay. And for how many points?
2.
2. All right. Give me just a second to pull up his Wikipedia page. Blank is an American professional wrestler who is known by the ring name Blank. He is currently signed to Impact Wrestling, where he is a former 2-time Impact World Champion, 2-time X Division Champion, and 5-time World Tag Team Champion with Blank. Who am I? I'm going to ask you guys 5 seconds.
Is it Eddie Edwards?
You guys are good.
Yes.
Modest at the top.
I think I've got this one. If I'm
Barry.
Jeff Hardy.
That is
right?
Jeff Hardy's first TNA theme. Barry, it's in your control.
Oh, I need to pick the. What's the categories again?
You've got 4 and 5 in spoken song.
I'll go for spoken song and go for number 5. Go for 5.
Oh, you're going for it. What's that metronome I hear? Perhaps the end is drawing near.
I have no clue, man.
You're gonna kick yourself.
I don't know.
Open to the room. First person to shout their name.
Can you repeat it again, Matt?
What's that metronome I hear? Perhaps the end is drawing near.
Retribution.
Open to the room. That would be Drew McIntyre's Broken Dreams.
These lyrics are shady as hell.
Barry and Stephen, you should hang your head in shame.
But when Barry said he didn't know, I was smiling.
I honestly can't remember what his theme song sounds like anymore. It's just away from my brain now.
I've come to notice that from some of the contestants.
I didn't even realise half of these songs had lyrics, you know? Just musicals and stuff.
Michael, it has landed on you. You get control of the board. There's 4 left in spoken, or there's 4 in spoken songs. All 5 in technical finishers. 1, 3, 4, and 5 in WikiBeats. Mike, what is a jumping corkscrew roundhouse?
Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise it is, my friend. 3 points to you, and it is in your control still.
I'm going to stick with technical finishes. 5 points.
What is a standing Shirai Nui? Or in English, what is a backflip, 3/4 face lock, falling inverted DDT?
Can you repeat the English version?
What is a backflip, 3/4 face lock, falling inverted DDT?
That is a tough one.
No, it isn't.
That is a tough one. Backflip, 3/4 falling inverted DDT.
I give you 5 seconds, my friend.
Okay. Some take my time. No. Stop.
Open to the room.
I'll try that
Is
one.
it, Andy?
Oh.
I don't know. I'll just say DDT, just having a random guess. I don't know.
Anybody remember the time that Seth Rollins didn't use this curb stomp before he joined the Shield? This is the Skywalker. It is like a sliced bread, but it is just standing straight up, and he just flips up and over.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I remember.
He used it for like 5 years.
Oh, cool.
It's because you said the 3/4 backflip. I thought it was like where he run up the rope and then come back around.
I was about to
you know?
say the Dudley Dog is a very good shout.
That was it, totally dog.
We are on to you, Andy. You've got control.
Can I have finishes, please?
You've got 1, 2, and 4 remaining.
2 first, please.
What is the swinging reverse STO?
Can't picture it. No.
Do you want to have a guess?
Swinging reverse STL. No, I haven't got it. I haven't even got it. That's gone blank.
First person to shout their name.
Steve.
What is it, Steve?
That Hurricane DDT.
Open to the room.
Oh.
Mike.
Mike,
I'm going to go for Sister Abigail.
It is, in fact, the Sister
Of
Abigail.
course.
I knew straight away. That's what it does.
All right, Mike, it's in your control.
I'm going to stick to technical finishes for 4.
What is the over-the-shoulder delayed cutter?
Over the shoulder delayed cutter. Sounds like an RKO.
Open to the room.
Andy,
Andy?
the Dudley Death Drop.
So, open to the room.
Oh, I know exactly what it is now. Oh, no. Stop it.
That, my friends, is the
Please don't
big
tell me
ending.
it's
The big ending. Who's moving? Is that the Big Show's one?
Big E's.
Big A.
Oh,
Big E.
of course. Of course.
Some of these are getting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, do you know-
But yeah.
That
Michael.
was the one I thought I would have been strongest on in the previous episodes. But
All right, Michael, it has landed on you.
Okay. Wiki.
Ooh. 3, 4, and 5 remain.
Let's go 3.
All right. Blank was an American professional wrestler, glamour model, author, and bodybuilder. She first rose to prominence in the WWF, where she was billed as Blank, a founding member of Blank.
China.
Wow, right off the bat. We've got 3 points coming to you, Mike. Jumped into the lead.
Okay.
Where are you going next?
Go back to Wiki again.
All right. Blank is a Japanese professional wrestler, widely regarded as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He works primarily for New Japan Pro Wrestling. His accolades in New Japan include a record-setting 8 reigns as heavyweight champion, 2 reigns as IWGP IC champion, 3 as a tag team champion, 1 reign as never openweight champion, and 3 reigns as the never openweight 6-man champion. Who am I?
Wow.
Got a long list of accolades.
Yeah. Let me think. Primarily in Japan. The only one that springs to mind is probably wrong, but we'll go for the Great Muta.
Open to the room.
Steve.
Steve,
Tanahashi.
5 big boy points to you, Steve.
It was like, if Tanahashi or Inoki, I knew it was one of them.
It is in your control. Where are we going?
Let's do another Ricky Pops. They're pretty cool there.
All right. Who are we going with? 1 or 4?
4.
All righty. Blank is an American professional wrestler currently signed to WWE, where he performs on NXT under the ring name Blank. Blank was the inaugural Blank champion and a one-time tag champ and the longest reigning NXT champion.
Johnny Gargano.
Wow, that jumped you out. First name?
Mike.
Mike?
Adam Cole.
Yes, it is.
Who was it?
It was Adam Cole.
Oh, I knew it was one of the two.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
well,
going to say
I got
that.
5. I'm okay.
What were you going to say, Mike?
I was going to say Adam Cole. Doesn't know, but that's what we said.
See, when it was inaugural, I was like, was that Johnny? Oh.
I had to blank out what title it was. Otherwise, it was just going to be a dead giveaway.
Yeah, I was looking at Finn Balor. I was thinking as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And since I heard Mike's name first, but the brothers answered correctly and Mike had the correct answer, both of you guys got the points.
Oh,
Hey, right.
That way there's no discrepancies. They both had the correct answer. All right. All right, Barry, it's on to you.
What's left, man? What stuff's left?
We have 1 in WikiPeaks. We have 1 in technical finishers, and we have 4 in spoken songs. We're down to the last 3 of the first round.
Go for WikiPeaks this one. That'll be
All right.
fun.
This is probably going to be the easiest one because I took a look at these before I wrote them down, and yeah. All right. Blank, better known as Blank, is an American retired professional wrestler. He is better known for his career in WWE from 1990 to 2020.
Undertaker.
It is Undertaker.
Hopefully I don't get that wrong, man, because I would have just left. There wouldn't be any point in me being here.
All right. WikiPeaks is gone. You've got 1 in technical finisher and you've got 4 in spoken song.
Go for the 4 in spoken song.
It's a new generation. It's a new day. Now we'll never look back.
Man, I honestly didn't realise how many words are in theme songs.
Yeah, I'm the same. I just hold up tunes.
No clue. Open it to the room.
No
I'm not
clue.
even going to guess because I don't want to embarrass myself more than I have.
I do want to come back to you and see what you had in your mind. All right, open to the room.
Brother.
Brothers.
Somehow legacy.
That is Randy Orton's legacy group. It's that nice little beat that Cody Rhodes and DiBiase
Cody
Jr.
Rhodes.
came out to.
Yes, yes.
obscure as hell.
All right. And with that, you guys only have 1 move remaining. What is a cradle DDT?
Is it Dirty Deeds?
It is not. Open to the room.
Mike.
Steve. Oh, did I get that? Raven Effect.
Nope.
Mike.
Andy.
Mike. I heard Mike first, and then we'll go to Andy if
Yeah.
it's not right.
I'm going to go Future Shock DDT.
Andy.
Is it the Scorpion Death Drop?
No. Come on, Barry. Please tell me.
Oh, come on, Barry. We need to know. We need to know.
So it's naming the finisher by a wrestler, yeah?
It's naming. Yes, it is.
DDT Rampage, the one that Page done?
Yes, Barry. Yes.
Yeah. So I redeemed myself, thank God for that.
You're back. We thought we lost you.
Sorry, my Zoom crashed.
Hey, no worries. Good news. You're tied for first at 13.
Oh,
The
brilliant.
run-in is taking the challenge. Barry and Steve, You guys are both chilling at 5 points, so you guys are tied for second. Meaning that Andy, third place isn't bad. But it's still all to play for. You guys got your pen and paper, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Well, every time I try and use wireless headphones, it just goes tits up anyway. So I was like, right, I need to get something sorted here. This needs to work.
All right. Round 2 is best of the worst. We've got multiple choice questions. I'm going to give you 4 sets, each with 4 matches. I need you guys to tell me which is the lowest rated of the 4. I'm going to have you guys write down your answer, and at the end, I'm going to come to you guys each individually, and we're going to get a tally. Each correct answer is worth 5 points. So everything is still to play here. All right, guys. Set 1. Which Adam Cole match is the lowest rated? Is it Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, the 2 out of 3 Falls Toronto match? Is it Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly from the Great American Bash, which just happened? Is it Adam Cole versus Ricochet from TakeOver for the North American Championship? Or is it Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan, the SmackDown before Survivor Series? You guys take a minute, write down your answer, and then after we get all the answers written down, I'll come back to you guys.
We just have to get the worst one that we think was the lowest rated.
Yep, whichever one was the lowest rated by Dave Meltzer. So you guys got to tap into the mind of the crotchety old bastard. All right, you guys ready for match number 2? Which Samoa Joe match is the lowest rated? And I made sure to get a match from damn near every promotion he's wrestled for. So, is it Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor from TakeOver? I believe TakeOver the End. Yeah. The Steel Cage. Is it Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle from TNA Genesis in 2006? That's their first meet. Is it Samoa Joe versus CM Punk, the hour-long draw in Ring of Honor? Or is it Samoa Joe versus Jay Briscoe from the 2014 Supercard of Honor? All right. At number 3, which Shawn Michaels match is the lowest rated on? Is it Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker from Mania 26? Streak versus Career? Is it my favorite match of all time, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, Last Man Standing, Royal Rumble 2004? Is it Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit versus Triple H from WrestleMania 20? Or is it Shawn Michaels versus John Cena from that episode of Raw after WrestleMania 23? All right. And the final set of matches. Last show I did men's Royal Rumbles. This time, I'm going to do the women's Royal Rumbles. Which women's Royal Rumble match is the lowest rated? And there's only been 4. 2018, 2019, 2020, or this year's 2021. All right. Starting from left to right. Andy, which match do you have for number 1?
So that's Adam Cole, isn't it?
Yep, the Adam
I've
Cole
gone
match.
with and this is what I think Dave Meltzer would think, not what I think. Ricochet.
All right. Brothers, which Adam Cole match was the lowest rated?
I think it's Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan.
Steve,
I think it is versus Daniel Bryan.
Barry,
I think it's Daniel Bryan as well, Colin Bryan.
and Michael.
Daniel Bryan.
Damn, no love for that Daniel Bryan match. All right. The match versus Daniel Bryan got 4.25 stars. The match versus Ricochet got 4.5 stars. The match 4.5 stars. Meaning, I'm sorry, brothers, your favorite match of all time is 4 stars.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody would go for a Cole versus Gargano match as the lowest.
No.
All right.
Oh, I thought it'd be Ricochet because he doesn't like the high flying stuff. Melter does he?
Yeah, that almost got 5 stars.
I thought it was that just because it was on the Bryan run was on SmackDown. Normally they would
That's
get
why I thought it, yeah.
lower, yeah.
All right.
4 stars is still a really good score. That's a decent rating. No,
Yeah, none of those got under 4 stars. So
that's still solid matches.
I try to find the best matches I can. So, all right. Set number 2, Andy. Which Samoa Joe match?
CM Punk.
The hour-long draw. Brothers.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor.
Barry.
I'm changing my answer because I was totally wrong in the last one. So I'll go for Samoa Joe and Briscoe. I'll go for that one.
All right. Steve.
I went with CM Punk. CM Punk match.
And Michael.
I think
I went for Finn Balor.
Barry is the only one to get points in that question.
Oh,
So, you guys ready?
yeah.
Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle, Genesis 2006, 4.25 stars. The hour-long draw versus CM Punk in Ring of Honor got 4.25. Steel Cage versus Finn Balor got 4. And Joe versus Briscoe at Supercard of Honor got 3.5. All right. Back to Andy. What do we got for Shawn Michaels matches?
Triple threat.
A triple threat. Brothers
Shawn Michaels versus John Cena.
from Raw.
Yes.
Barry.
So this isn't my thought on this. This is one of my favourite matches of all time, but it's Triple H against Shawn Michaels. That I feel Dave Meltzer would have gave that terrible rating. Aye.
And Michael. And Steve.
I
I passed Steve.
Oh yeah.
Triple H versus Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels versus what, Mike?
Triple H.
All right.
Yeah.
And Steve.
I went with the Cena match.
That is 5 points to Barry and 5 points to Michael. All right. My favorite match of all time only got 3 stars, so I'm going to just skip over that like I didn't see that. Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, Mania 26, almost perfect, 4.75. Benoit, Triple H, Michaels, Mania 20, 4.5. And if you guys don't remember, that match on Raw was a belter. Got 4.25 stars.
It spanned about 6 commercial breaks. Lasted over an hour, I think.
That was a nuts match. I genuinely remember watching it when I was a kid. All right. Andy, back to you. Women's Rumble.
2020.
Brothers.
2020.
Barry.
2021.
Steve.
I went with 2021 for that one.
Michael.
I went for 2020.
2019, 2020 both got 3 1/4. 2021 got 3 3/4. The first ever Women's Royal Rumble got 3 even. All right.
I need a drink.
And that was best of the worst. How do you guys feel about Meltzer's ideas?
I feel like I should know better because I've subscribed to the newsletter for like 10 years or something like that.
I think it just throws you off because you're not thinking about what you think. You're thinking about what David's say. You know, which obviously is 2 different things, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Points as they stand. We've got Michael sitting at 18 points right now. Got 5 points last round. We've got Barry sitting at 15 points, jumping into second place. The brothers fell down to third place, still with 13 points.
I'm in 5th place.
Steve, you have 5 points. Andy, I know you can get points. I know you can get points, Andy. All right, guys. This next one, I'm going to give you guys 2 to 3 minutes to write down a list. The 1998 Royal Rumble.
Okay, right, cool. Like, okay, so.
I'm looking at it right now, and not a whole lot of star power. I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to write down your list, and then I will take it from the top. We're going to start with you, Andy. So it's going to go Andy, Steve, you guys, Mike, and Barry. And then if you guys get it if you get an incorrect one, you guys are out. All right. Andy, I'm going to need a name from your list.
Dude Love.
Dude Love was in it. All right. On to Steve.
Gangrel.
So soon, Steve. You got 2 points. All right. Brothers, someone from the 98 Rumble.
The Rock.
What was that?
The Rock.
The Rock?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Andy caught me trying to trick you guys by saying Rock was in a match earlier in the night. All right.
Ken Shamrock wasn't it he faced? Sorry.
On 97, I think so. All right. Mike.
Stone Cold.
What was that?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right. Barry.
Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock. Andy.
Sorry, just let me take Ken Shamrock. Vader.
Number 30 entrant. All right, brothers.
Billy Gunn.
The one Billy Gunn, unfortunately, was not in this match. You guys got 4 points, though.
Thanks.
All right. We are back to Steve.
Okay, let's pick someone from X-Pac.
Oh, wait, Steve was already out. My bad.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, Steve, X-Pac wasn't in it either.
I'm like 5 years ahead. I'm thinking 2000 here, man. I don't even think he was in 2000 either, if I'm honest.
Mike.
I'm not sure. You're not seeing my list then.
Kane.
Kane? Kane was not in the 98 Rumble.
Wow.
That is 6 points to you.
I'm just going to mark Kane off my list.
All right. All right. Barry, it is between the 1 and the bottom spot. All right, Barry.
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart was in it. The
Oh,
last Rumble, Owen Hart was in. All right, Andy.
I've got here Bradshaw when he was Blackjack, wasn't he?
He was, in fact, Blackjack Bradshaw. Barry.
Try to think, man. It's not.
You know what's crazy is Andy can totally win this still if he gets 10 points in this round and if he goes all the way in the round.
Terry Funk. What was his? Chainsaw Charlie. That's who he was called.
I was about to say I'm not going to take Terry Funk, but I will take Chainsaw Charlie. Andy.
So, sorry, what was that one then? My headphones, the battery went on one of them.
He got Chainsaw Charlie.
Okay. So, I've got Farouk.
Farouk. He was, in fact, in it, and I know he was in it because I wrote his fucking name down. All right. Barry.
Was Mark Henry in this one?
Sexual chocolate. Lest we forget. Andy.
I've got here D'Lo Brown. He was the one that come down with the South Park doll, wasn't it?
yeah. I was trying to think his name.
Kurgan. I loved Kurgan. Back to you, Barry.
Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman was in it. Back to you, Andy.
What happens if you say the same thing with your tells? Because I'm not sure what I'm up to whether I've said them or not.
Unfortunately, if you say the wrong name, or if you say a duplicate name, you're out.
Okay.
I will let you
Jeff
know
Jarrett.
there are 12. Yes, he was.
I had that one as well.
Barry, there are 11 remaining.
What was that Andy just says? I just missed it. What was it he says?
He just said Jeff Jarrett. I will clarify like that. I will clarify the last one said.
Jesus, this is getting hard, isn't it?
I was gonna say, a lot of these names are so out there.
That's the
Guys,
name of the
there's
tactic.
9 more. There's 9 more. If you guys get all 9 of these, both of you guys get 10 points.
It's me again, isn't it? Aye.
Yes, it is.
Savio Vega. Was he in it this time? Was he there?
Savio Vega was in it. All right, Andy.
So I've got Goldust.
Goldust was in it. If I remember correctly, this is his first Rumble?
Wasn't he when he was that weird character with the bra on and stuff?
Yep.
Right
Barry.
Uh,
7 remaining.
was this the one the Honky Tonk Man came back for? Or was
Yes,
that
it was.
This one? Aye.
6 more. Come on, Andy.
I don't know whether he's been said or not, but I'm just going to have to go for him.
Kama Mustafa. 5 remaining, Barry.
Oh. I'm sweating just now. I feel like I'm
If you guys get like 3 of these names, I'm gonna shit myself.
I've got one that Andy can get another answer for. Henry Godwin.
Henry Godwin?
Good one.
Yeah, and I've got Phineas down as well.
Oh, what?
Guys, there's 3 more.
I'm out.
I will say, you said one of their partners once.
Oh. It's me, isn't it? Aye.
I was about to say, I'm pretty. Yeah, he just said Phineas, so it's your turn.
The guy with the chains. Was it chains?
Shane's. There's two more.
Oh, man's gone blank.
Oh no! I'm really
Triple
hoping you
H.
get 8 points, Andy. Can you give me one of those last two names, Barry?
Like I literally had Triple H wrote down to say next, so I'm not going to say that because obviously it's been said. But the 1990 Skull starting around at that time.
10
We've
points,
heard of
Barry.
Well done, buddy.
Well done.
Like I said, I'm
You
doing
guys-
a watch along in '97. I don't just know '97 wrestling. I'm doing like a watch along at that period, so that's why.
Can anybody tell me who the number 3 entrant in that Royal Rumble was?
I think I know this one.
Bob. Oh, on you go. I was away. Just say Sparkplug Bob Holly.
Nope.
Stay.
I'm gonna go in a line and see. Andy, the number 3 entrant of that Rumble.
Well, no, 1 and 2 was Cactus Jack and Chainsaw, wasn't it?
Yes, it
was.
Who did they beat the shit out of? As soon
Number
as he
3, The Rock. The Rock.
No, he was number 4. Barry.
Is it Brady, Brandy, Thomas, Tom, Brady?
It's Tom Brandy.
Aye, that's what it is. I just remember him getting just beat up at that time. So
Oh, he got his ass kicked.
I just have visualizations of The Rock inside the bin, and they were punching it, the touch of the bin.
All right, guys. You've made it. You've made it to the final round. I'm going to pick a name from the hat, and you guys have to tell me who is the name. All right. Like I said, we're going to go from bottom to top. So the last person on the list is going to go first. Steve, with Andy getting 8 points in that last round, he is ahead of you by 1. So, I have your wrestler.
Okay.
Let me pull up his Wikipedia page, and then I will tell you you have 20 questions.
Okay.
20 questions starts now, my friend.
Does he have? Well, is it a man or a woman?
It's yes or no questions.
Ah, okay. It's yes or no questions. Oh, all right. I've got you. Is it a woman?
No.
Have they worked for WWF?
No.
Have they worked for WWE?
No.
Okay. Is their finisher a powerbomb?
No, but that is a good question.
Do they wear trunks or tights?
I'll take that first part if he
Oh,
wears
sorry, yeah.
trunks.
Do they wear trunks? Sorry, yeah.
I can actually answer both of those. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I can comfortably answer both of those as one, as a clarification. So you've got 3 down.
Okay.
Got 17 to go.
Are they from America?
Yes.
Do they work for AEW?
Yes.
Okay. Have they worked in Japan?
Making me look shit up. In Japan? No.
Did they sign with AEW in the last year?
Yes.
Are they a member of a tag team?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have a brother that works in AEW as well?
No, but that is a good question.
Does their team have a female female Valley sort of wrestler?
No.
Okay.
You have 10 remaining, my friend.
Are they friends with? Oh, is he friends with Orange Cassidy?
No. And that is a
No.
comfortable no.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is he a member of a band?
No, but that is a good question. Narrowing it down to Butcher.
So, does their partner work in AEW?
Yes.
Ah, so it's the Blade.
No.
No. Oh.
You've got 6 remaining.
Okay. Wait a second, then. That's interesting. So. Partner in AEW, not the Blade. Did they get married? Did he get married on TV?
Nope.
No, so not Kip. So we've got American, AEW, network in Japan, and a tag team. No, not the Blade. Oh, actually, is he in the Varsity Blondes?
No. If anybody thinks they have it, they can message me in the chat.
See, I'm getting quite kind of baffled with this one now. So they're in a tag team. Is it an official tag team with a tag team name?
I'm glad you wanted that. It is not an official tag team with a tag team. You have 3 questions remaining. You are close, Andy.
Not an official team.
You are close, Michael. But unfortunately...
Have they challenged for the AEW tag titles?
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And unfortunately, Michael, they are considered a legitimate tag team. With a name and everything. And I would say the same thing with you, Andy.
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't know that.
I'd say the same thing with you, because he's technically in a named tag team.
Technically in a named...
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
no. Your guy is not in a named tag team.
Does he wear a mask?
No. But that is close. You've got 2 left.
So it is Stu Grayson then?
No, it is not. I need one more person. You've got one more.
It's not Stu Grayson. The partner works in AEW too.
Yes, they do.
I don't know. Let's go with Johnny Silver. Just the last guess. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit stumped by that one. Is it Johnny Silver?
Eddie Kingston.
Oh, Eddie Kingston. His partner working AEW. Who's his partner?
Pentagon right now.
No, I was meaning his actual romantic partner, as in wife.
I don't think he has one. I said he did not get married.
Okay. Oh, well.
All right.
Fair enough.
Well, Steve, you got 7 points. That's okay, though.
I'm in it for the gin anyway, so I'm okay.
Hey, I was about to say, we're here for having a great time.
That's the one.
All right, Andy. You've got 20 questions. You have 1 wrestler. Well,
Okay,
I can't say one because there's tag teams, there's everything in here. But I have your performer. Let me look up their Wikipedia page, and your 20 questions starts now.
Okay, is it a boy or a girl? Oh, sorry, is it a girl?
No.
Okay, have they ever wrestled in WWE?
Yes, they have.
Are they still in WWE?
They are currently signed to WWE. Yes.
Are they a Hall of Famer?
No.
Are they in a tag team?
Yes.
Have they ever been tag team champions?
No.
Have they ever been a champion?
I'm going to give you this as a clarification. Has he been a champion in WWE?
In WWE, sorry, yeah.
Okay. He is not.
Are they on Raw?
No.
SmackDown?
No.
NXT?
Yes, sir. 10 remaining.
So NXT tag. Are they American?
Yes.
Is it part of a tag team or a full tag team?
Like,
So is it a named tag team?
No.
Are they in a named tag team? Have they been in NXT for more than 2 years?
That is a very good question. Give me a second. For more than 2 years? No.
No. Okay. Should have pretty new.
That was a very good question.
Recently signed. Are they NXT America or NXT UK?
Which one do you want to go with?
So, sorry. Are they NXT main brand?
Yes, they are. Yeah, 6 remaining, my friend.
And you did confirm. Sorry, can I just go back to one of my questions? Is not being a champion was correct, wasn't it?
Yeah, he has not been a champion. And I will say, Michael has it.
I've got it, did I? Yeah.
Have they ever challenged for the tag team champions?
Yes, very recent. There's been a lot of people that have challenged for the damn tag titles in NXT.
NXT stuff's not the best of what it should be. No.
Got 5 more to go.
Are they a heavyweight?
Yeah, it was a damn good show.
Yeah, I've read up on it, but it was just I didn't have the time to watch it.
That's understandable. It really is. All right, Andy, you're at 8. We're moving on. We are moving on to the brothers. There we go.
Oh, the Brothers of Destruction were on mute.
All right, I have your wrestler. Your guys' 20 questions starts now.
Are they in WWE?
No.
NXT.
No.
AEW.
No. I'm gonna say the hat was not nice to you guys. I'm sorry. I'd probably back myself into a corner on this one.
Is he in Ring of Honor?
No.
Is he active?
No.
Is he retired?
Technically, yes. He ain't wrestling no more. I'll leave it at that.
Is he in New Japan?
No.
Is he ever appeared in WWE?
Yes, he has.
Has he ever been a champion in WWE?
Yes, he has.
Has he appeared during Ruthless era? Ruthless Aggression era?
Give me just a second. In the Ruthless Aggression era? No. Unfortunately not. You guys have 10 remaining.
Attitude era?
Yes.
9.
He appeared in the Attitude Era.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes, he is.
Hall of Famer also. Mick Foley?
No. Good shout, though. With the questions you've asked, I can see why you got Mick Foley.
Road Dogg?
No. 6 remaining.
Was he ever been an Intercontinental Champion?
Yes, he has. Very, very familiar Intercontinental Champion.
Jeff Jarrett?
No. Right time period.
Honky Tonk Man?
No. You are very close.
So I had them. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So close, guys.
D'Lo Brown?
No. We got 2 left.
Ken Shamrock?
No. We've got 1 more guess. It is one Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Yeah, he is technically retired, isn't he?
He's technically retired. I don't think he's stepping in the ring anytime soon.
No.
All right, brothers. That ends you guys off at. You guys ended on 18 points. All right. Mike, it is up to you. Can you dethrone Barry, or will Barry get all the points in his next turn? All right, Mike, I'm going to grab your wrestler. Okay. Your 20 questions starts now, my friend.
Okay. Is it a man?
Yes.
Do they currently work for WWE?
No.
Are they retired?
No.
Have they ever worked for WWE?
Yes.
Do they work for AEW?
Yes.
Have they ever been a champion in WWE?
Yes.
Are they American?
No.
Have they ever been a champion in AEW?
No.
They're not American. Back.
No. We're at 9. Got 11 left.
Okay. Were they a champion on WWE main roster or in NXT? Sorry. Were they a champion on the main roster in WWE?
No. But let me check. I don't want to falsely lead you.
Okay.
He could have had a run with the 24/7. Okay. He has won a title on the main roster.
Is he European?
Yes.
Is he a former NXT champion?
Yes.
Aleister Black.
Got 9 points, my friend.
Thank you.
The current Malachi Black.
One of my favorites.
All right. 7, 8, 9. All right. Barry. Take us home.
Right. Is it a man?
Yes.
Is he in WWE?
Oh.
Is he in AEW?
No.
Are they American?
They are American.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say yes, but they are American.
Are they a tag team? Are they in a tag team?
Yes. Yes. They are a tag team.
Are they in ROH?
They wrestle in ROH. So I'll say yes. The whole pandemic's kind of fucked that thing up, but yeah, they wrestled in Ring of Honor.
Have they wrestled in Japan?
Yes.
Have they held any titles in ROH?
Yes, they have.
Are they still wrestling today?
Yes. And no, Michael.
Can I make a guess? Aye.
Yeah, you can shoot whenever.
Is it the Briscoes?
No.
Oh. Are they in Impact?
No.
Did they wrestle in New Japan?
You already asked that, and the answer was yes. So I won't take another one away.
Did they debut in the last 10 years?
No, just outside of that.
I'm struggling to think of questions. Are they tag team champions just now anyway?
Don't think so. Let me see. Yeah, currently they are not holding any title.
Have they ever appeared in TNA?
I want to say one of them has. Yeah, no. They have not appeared in Impact yet. Six remaining.
I actually have no clue. The Bristols was like my closest guess, but then I'm like, no.
I will say you are very close with the Briscoes. Want to start swinging for the fences?
I might have to, because there's nothing in there. It's just empty. Like there's. Have they ever wrestled in ICW in Scotland?
Have they appeared? Their Wikipedia page says they have not. So you guys can shower me with boos if Wikipedia is wrong.
And they've never been in a major American promotion.
One of them has. Got four more.
That's made it even harder.
Hot seat getting real warm, isn't it, Barry?
I honestly have no clue. The one that did appear in a major American promotion, was it WWE they appeared in?
Yes, it was.
That's totally blew out of the last, not even where I was thinking I was going to go. So, I've ruined my plans on one, so did they win a title in WWE?
They did not know.
No, cool.
Got two more, Barry.
I have no clue. I don't know whether just there is no idea of who it could be. And I know you'll probably say it, I'll kick myself, but I have no clue who it could be.
No, I was about to say, from the questions you've asked, I don't think you will kick yourself. Have you given up?
Aye, I'll give up because I'm just wasting my time here.
Happening.
I have no idea.
That is the Gorillas of Destiny. Tamatanga and Tangaloa.
What? I never get that one, man.
You've never heard of them?
I
Haku's
think that's from
children.
the other round. Who?
I've heard of it, but that's obscure. Like.
They've held hella champions, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the end of our regularly scheduled game. We've got one more question for each of you. This one is worth a total of 15 points. Each one of you are going to get a pay-per-view title song. So the main song that comes from a pay-per-view. I'm going to need you guys to try to give me the name of the song, the artist if you know it, and what pay-per-view it comes from.
Here's Matty.
So, me and the creator Alex talked about this. It's worth 15 points. It's a 3-part question, so there's 5 points per part. If you guys can get it, that's 15 points. If you get 2 parts, it's 10. If you get one part, it's 5. If you don't get any of it correct, you lose 5 points from your total score. Insert evil laugh, Alex. All right. So, since this is worth 15 points, I think we're going to go top to bottom. We're going to go with, as of right now, today's winner. We're going to go with you, Mike. I'm going to need you to start us off.
Okay.
What show? Who is it by? And what's the name of the song? How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb?
Okay. Guessing the pay-per-view. Do you have to guess the pay-per-view of the year of the pay-per-view?
So I will take the pay-per-view, because sometimes the year is hard, but I'll take the pay-per-view, who it's by, and the name of the song. If you can give me all 3 of those, you get 15 points. And Andy, we cannot steal. I will read it again if you want me to.
Okay, yep, go again. I think I recognize a few words in there, so.
Right. How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb?
Part of the song, How Can You See?
That is not the name of the song. Can you give me who sings it? All right.
No.
And can you give me
We'll have to
what
go
pay-per-view it would be from?
The pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble.
That is 5 points taken from you, Mike.
That's one. Okay.
Andy, since you asked, do you know what pay-per-view, the song, and what it's from?
I don't know the pay-per-view, but I know it's Evanescence, Bring Me to Life.
That it is. All right.
I didn't know that.
Barry.
Beyonce sings it.
I am screwed here.
Barry. Listen up. Turn it up and rock it out. Party on. I want to hear you scream and shout. This is real as it gets.
I'm trying to think, man. I've not got a very pretty thinking face. I'm struggling. It's nothing against your reading or anything like that. I have no clue. Could you read it again?
Yes, I can. Listen up. Turn it up and rock it out. Party on. I want to hear you scream and shout.
I'm really struggling with this one.
The music rounds seem to be hard.
Most of the music's crap.
Because you only ever remember the tunes.
Yeah.
Hollywood Undead.
Round the right genre. Can you tell me what it's from?
Time Payback, maybe? No, never near it.
And I don't think you're gonna get the name of the song. That was the Raw theme from 2006 to 2012. That is Papa Roach's Wanna Be Loved.
I don't remember that at all, sorry, but I know the song, but I don't remember that.
I love that song.
On Raw.
Hey, it's all good.
What year was that from?
I'm pretty sure from what it's telling me right here, it was from 2006 till they switched to Tonight Is the Night.
No, that's the night after.
And I think that was in like 2011, 2012. It's telling me 2012 here. All right. The brothers. It is my destiny. It is a truth I see. In this world I find a way to cross the line.
TNA crossed the line.
Yes, it is. Can you tell me who sings it for the last 5 points?
No, I don't think.
All right. That is, in fact, TNA's opening theme song from 2006 till 2010. It is called Cross the Line, and it's by Adam Skaggs. Andy, we're on to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, would you bring your attention to me? For a feast for your eyes to see, an explosion of catastrophe.
I'm not going to drag this out. I don't have an absolute clue. I'm not going to even pretend to do. I'm going to go for Royal Rumble. And that's all I've got.
That's all you got? All right, Andy. That was WrestleMania 23's theme song. Ladies and Gentlemen, by Saliva.
Yes, I think I know it.
I'm glad someone did.
All right, Steve.
Let's do this.
Circling, you're circling your head. Contemplating everything you've ever said. Now I see the truth. I got a doubt. A different motive in your eyes.
I don't know. I'm going to say it's Chris Jericho. I don't know the name of the song. I'm going to say it was from a takeover. Or Fozzy, sorry, Chris Jericho. Other than that, I've got no idea.
That is Headstrong by Trapped from the 2003 Bad Blood.
I have no idea.
No clue.
That was a tough round.
That was a tough round.
All right.
That was tough.
I want to thank you guys for coming on. I'm going to read you guys your point totals, but before I do that, I'm going to run through one more time, let you guys plug whatever you want, and then I'm going to read your point totals. So we're going to start off with you, Andy. Where can we find you, and what do you want to plug?
Brit Wrestling Fan Podcast on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter, Brit Wrestling PC, and also on Wrestlebuddies with Alex and Matt, and as a write columnist for them. So check out my writing and also all the other fantastic writers on there as well.
All right. Anything else you want to plug before we go, before I let you go?
Not really. Just as I say, check out the podcasts. Check out the Wrestlebuddy content on the website. I think it actually got updated today with a bit of a new layout to include the podcast and stuff. So go and check that out as well.
All right. Brothers, thank you guys for coming on. Where can they find you guys on Twitter?
Thank you for. You can find me on Twitter, US61900, and I really want to thanks Matt for inviting us. It's a pleasure for me.
Hey, no worries. I'm going to let you guys know you are the winners. So we're going to see you guys at SummerSlam.
Nice.
But Barry and Mike, you guys are second and third, meaning that we're going to see you guys, if you guys are available, for our second chance round coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you guys are
Well,
open in 2 weeks, you guys are open for our second chance round. On to Barry. Where can we find you, brother?
Anywhere you can get a podcast, videos, YouTube, just type in Non-Stop Wrestling Chat. My face will pop up, or you'll see my kind of logo. By the way, you were talking about Sabu and Terry Funk at the start, Deathmatch Wrestling. I had Sabu on my podcast. Go check that out. He talks about it, and we talk about, he drops RVD going in Hall of Fame, that kind of stuff. Go find out what he thought about that match at my podcast. That's a good cheap plug, so go check that one out.
And Barry, you had 20 points. Andy, you were at 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was great having you on, though. I was about to say,
man.
everybody was a riot. I loved having all of you guys on. Michael, where can we find you?
Right, so Twitter at 90boy20. Nothing to plug, so I'll just say replacing Chris from It's My House podcast. You can find them on YouTube and Spotify, other social media platforms as well. Apple Podcasts. Yeah, it was great to be on. Let me know when the next one is, and hopefully I can be on that too.
I will definitely let you know. And Mike, you are at 27.
Just got it. It was taken away from me right at the end from the brothers. Well done, guys.
And Steve, where can we find you, my brother?
Well, you will find me hiding from future quizzes. The same face. Nah, I'm joking. You can find me on Twitter, like at Broke Britannia. I'm usually on there talking about wrestling and stuff. But it sounds like I should get a podcast. Everyone's got podcasts now. But I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. Basically on Twitter because I'm working all the time just now. And look out for my next article on Wrestlebuddy because it's going to be about Archie Peck, time travel, Chikara wrestling. It's going to be readable at least. So check it out.
And I'm actually really excited for that article because I want to know what happened to Archie Peck. I got into Chikara and he was one of the main guys I got into. So
it is a story. It is a story and a half. That's for sure.
All right, and Steve, you got 2 points. So
can I just personally thank Steve for coming on to stop me being in last? Cheers, mate. I really appreciate it.
Problem. Round of applause all around. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Jobbing out to everyone on the quiz.
And I want to thank all of you for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Matthew. It's been a pleasure.
Dave.
Well, thank you.
It's getting late for some of these guys. It's just daytime for me, so I want to say cheers. You guys have a wonderful night, and thank you for being our Wrestlebuddy.
Cheers, Matthew. Thank you very much, mate. Well done.
Cheers.
Well done, mate.